Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to DAC 2017. It's CIS Qualifiers, Friends facing off against Empire. Game one was a little bit rough for Friends. They got completely dominated by Team Empire, who kind of just ran a minus armor strategy and destroyed them. And now we're here looking at a different one. They're going to get the No Fear Earth Spirit. Trent, how you feeling? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking forward to another Ogre game. Maposhka picking up for himself once more here. Are the arrows correct currently? I just loaded. First pick was Afterlife. Okay, check my lobby here. So arrows are actually correct. Good stuff. Are they always fixed now? Are we good with the arrows? I think they've actually been saved.
I think so. Yeah, let's say yes. How about that?
Yeah, I think they're well. At least I've noticed today they've been good. So either way, they're working right now. All our heroes are gone in terms of the OP ones. Ones remaining would be our Ember Spirits to lift in the pool. Probably the biggest one we might have to worry about remaining here. But we'll be getting an Earth. Oh well, there you go. Goodbye, Ember Spirit. He won't be showing up here. So. First pick, they take Earth Spirit overall. Pick. Okay, I like that. Ogre Magi, the Timber Saw, and then they're going to answer with a Nyx Assassin. So Afterlife's going to have his luck try it again here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The fact that Ogre can be so poor and so effective just means that he can buy all those sentries. Like,
10 seconds
he bought a medallion last game, despite the fact that they were absolutely dominating, because he just put sentries across the entire map.
Yeah, It does. The plus side to it here, though, is that you don't rely on Nyx Assassin completely for the initiation, and that's what I think No Fear is going to give them, at least, is maybe there's a way that he can be that one who gets that initial burst down. And that was, I think, the biggest problem that Friends had, was that they didn't have anybody to start the fight, really, last time around, until they got some more items up and online. And already the bit more control, I like in it, but, God, going up against OD, too, these are a bunch of really hard heroes to kill.
Yeah, Empire seemed to put quite a bit of stock into OD still. I noticed they banned him out last game in kind of an odder situation when maybe most teams wouldn't have. Like some of the stronger heroes were still in the pool. Like Ember went totally untouched in our last game, for example, which is a little bit unusual. So they're still down with the OD. We'll see what kind of a hero they want to have roam mid. They could honestly still go for a Pudge, would be really strong to help set up with the OD and just use the Ogre as like position 5 if they're down with that hero.
10 seconds.
But the Silencer. We'll have to see if that'll be a core or a support. I would guess support, but I'm not sure if Friends are one of those teams that like to run them in the more intense role.
It is sort of, again, the CIS. Well, I guess Secret isn't CIS anymore. They're kind of just an amalgamation of craziness, but I think that's more where we've been seeing the position in the supporty type of role. Considering Afterlife is
I'm going to guess mid because of the OD. Okay. I think it'll be okay. And hand it over to Yoku. The only downside would be that he can steal your int and like reduce your damage a bit, but that's not really an issue because OD doesn't grab the Arcane Orb that early anymore unless that's a specific scenario. Okay, now with an IO there, it's a little bit scarier, but
yeah,
I'm gonna look towards it for Yoku.
This would freak me out personally. Thinking about this running here, I will say that against all of the heroes that are on the Team Empire right now, if Silencer gets off to a good start, able to steal a decent amount of int early, he's going to have a great time. Like, it's wonderful to be able to take down a ton of that from Timbersaw and OD consistently, but it's just going to be, can they find those kills? And maybe you just try and go balls to the wall now for Friends and just build a team fight lineup that can fight early.
Yeah, and I'm trying to look towards, like, who can you abuse with Global? Batrider is one of the biggest heroes. They don't have a good Batrider counter right now. He's not the best against IO drafts because they tend to be really clumped, and although you could like grab the IO, they have the OD, which would be considered a decent counter to Batrider. He's not like Nyx Assassin level, as well as they have Afterlife, and then I guess you can't really throw this into support, so maybe they are stuck with the offlane Nyx. It'd be a little bit too much to ask to have support Earth Spirit and Nyx. So now you start to look towards maybe you do need a mid that can actually capitalize on the global silence. And also pretty good against the IO. So they've done Yoku silence in the past, but I think with the IO this does make quite a bit of sense.
Yeah.
It's just you need someone a little bit stronger in the mid lane.
I think just in general, they need to make sure that their lanes are shored up. Already seen the Timbersaw, the OD, and now an IO who can rotate in and just cause so much trouble. Not to mention the fact that Ogre can lock down anything. Like, the fact that they have this roaming Earth Spirit, they could have just gotten completely smashed on. So Quap, it steadies out mid a little bit. Still might be tough with the IO there. Silencer probably going to be played in the support role with Nyx Assassin offlane, maybe a little bit of help from Spirit Breaker. What's that last pick now? What's the hero that pulls it all together and deals the damage? Or I guess maybe a little bit more control too could be good.
10 seconds
Yeah, someone
remaining.
you really need to abuse the silence somehow. I don't know if Queen of Pain's going to be enough.
5
They
seconds
need some way to
remaining.
get to this armor of the Timbersaw. They could just avoid it altogether like the Queen of Pain and just opt for someone who's more of like a magic builder if they want to go
Reserve
for a
time.
Juggernaut and just go like use the spin early and then move into your Maelstrom and whatnot after. That's one potential option there. Maybe the most logical hero to head towards. There's still the Slark, who can also abuse the silence to some effect, like just hopping on top of people and no saves from the OD. He would have to worry about Timbersaw, though, who's very strong against Slark, because OD's also not too bad.
Yeah.
Weaver is banned out, so you won't have that against the IO. Clinks would be a more classic answer. In fact, Clinks would be pretty good this game.
That seems kind of nice because then you can actually... It's one of the few heroes that can really punish Timbersaw early, and an Orchid builder to deal with the OD saves that come later. Not to mention IO. If you get 2 Orchids up, I like that.
I wonder if they're going to Morphling just because they banned Legion. It's kind of a classic hero. And they used to pick Morphling quite a bit. It would
10 seconds
silent. He can
remaining.
kind of abuse the global silence. He has the nuke up against an IO. He has the magic
5
damage
seconds
too.
remaining.
I just feel like that's so hard to lane. Like they could just get ran over depending
Reserve
upon what
time.
it is. But maybe if they can make it through the laning stage, that would be enough. What about for Team Empire? Is there anything that they're really needing, or does it just depend upon what the last pick is for Friends?
Yeah, I'd say it definitely depends. And okay, wow. So there were a lot of options left,
Radiant
honestly.
team
Yeah.
pick.
The Jug, the Luna, the Clinks, the Slark.
I really don't
Plenty
like
of
it.
these more popular position ones. Yeah, and they opt for the Luna. So benefits, she can abuse silence to some effect just because you just like global and you pop the Eclipse and they don't have any way to deal with it. The
10
BKB will have to come out from the
seconds
OD. No Astrals to save during it. I
5
like that,
seconds
but
remaining.
they don't have a Shadow Demon to help buff it up. They don't really have the best group up
Reserve
style
time.
lineup. They don't have anyone that I actually like Vendetta into Sonic Wave. Again, this game really looked like it's going to come down to a lot of Afterlife's work, and it needs to go better than last game.
Yeah. You know what I'd like to see out of Empire is offlane Timber and just get a building hitter here, because they're going to be able to win the fights, I think, but they need somebody to take objectives.
Yeah, one more person to synergize decently with the IO wouldn't be the worst thing ever either. Then again, if you want to have some okay mobility to that hero, so that IO can always be titled on the OD, it's also a
10
fine
seconds
option here.
remaining.
So a lot of those same ideas can apply up against Luna. You just want
5
that heavy burst
seconds
damage, try and take her down, and well, it
Ooh.
will still be like more of an offlane style hero, Beastmaster. And there is your building pushing though.
Yeah. Interesting way to make that work out, and should have a decent time against Luna Silencer. We'll see how well Earth Spirit's able to get stuff done, and I am going to hit that bumper. We're going to switch on over. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. And we're no longer going to be trapped in a cage.
Prepare
So
for
early
battle.
movements, they're going to place down some wards. I will say that No Fear is one of the best Earth Spirits that I think there is in CIS right now.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good. We were kind of looking for it game 1. They had to they banned it out themselves in the first game, but this time they'll have it.
So early laning stage, expecting to see some pressure put on by Empire. They've taken 3 extremely strong laning heroes and then an IO who can help make things happen. But how are you feeling about Friends' chances this time around? It's a very, in some ways, different but similar look to their game number 1.
It shouldn't be as fast of a rollover, and so it would be harder for Empire to take a lane advantage and turn it into like a
30
just a
seconds
mid-game
to battle.
dominance. And again, they didn't have that much of a lane advantage. We talked right at that like 8-minute mark. Everyone was just even on CS, kind of. The big explosion came when TA got up onto all her ancient stacks. They weren't able to pressure her at all, and then the fact that Afterlife just got nothing going. So that can certainly happen again. But if that does end up being the case, Empire don't have this total run over you lineup,
The battle begins.
so it would take a little longer to close out compared to a TA draft.
Look at this. Maposhka, he's going to pick up his bottle. Also, oh my god, they're going to do it. You know what they're going to do?
Oh, not this, are they? Oh yeah. Well, they've opened it up for sure.
Yeah.
Well, why not, right? Actually, Oh, I wonder if... Because you can pull this, you can kill it by the minute mark, and then you can stand here with the balls, and you can stack all these camps.
Oh,
I've seen
lordy.
Guardian do it. So if Maposhka's been practicing, we might get it. But it's also a pretty tough one.
Thought you had that, didn't
Well, we'll see how that ends up working. The downside to this is it does mean that we've got... Well, actually, he's going to head back over here and help out mid. So Maposhka not feeling like he's going to be able to take full advantage of this camp. Just waits for it to spawn, and then it looks like they're going to leave it for the moment. And help out mid lane, which is probably the better play, honestly. Like, you don't want your OD to get hurt early on by No Fear just hanging out.
It's a big disadvantage not being able to stack that, though.
Yeah.
So that is a major win for Friends that they probably don't even know about.
Yeah. Bottom lane, Timbersaw facing off against the lovely Nyx Assassin. How do you feel about this matchup here?
Definitely Timber favored. Happy Life. Afterlife just can't zone him out. He's got that nice regen, but Chappie won't care. He's just going to Q you to death. Certainly this time we're going to see the 2-0-2 build, I would imagine. I don't think we'll get any of our weird builds like we had in our previous Timbersaw match today. This time no real threat of a gank to come in.
No Fear rolled in on the mid lane a little bit, dealing some damage to FN, but Mapochka still able to heal him up. Currently has that bottle, full up on charges, and Yoku's having a good time, though. 7-4 versus 3-3. It's been a great start.
Yeah, all he can really do is just throw out the Shadow Strike and hope that it screws up the last hitting here from FN, and so far so good. Taking a little bit of an edge there. That help from the Isle, very frustrating, is Maposhka not able to get the rune this time. Fierce takes it. Well done,
Dire's
No Fear.
middle tower is under attack.
He'll take a little bit of a beating on the backside of that. King R shows up as well to help out his buddy, and now, well, 3 mid for at least a little while. This is the new mid lane.
I'm actually surprised I didn't try and chase No Fear up there and force the shrine usage, just because it's not like Queen can really do anything about it. But alas, they don't. He gets out.
In the meantime, over to the side here, we're going to see No Fear. It's rotating sort of towards bottom. It'd be really tough for them to find a kill onto Chappie here, even with Afterlife already up at level 3. No mana for anything, and looks like they're going to keep pressuring in this top lane. Ghostic getting a lot out of this. 9-0.
All right, CIS really like their Timber Chain. They go for the 1-1-2 build. So in the end, it's still the same amount of damage. In fact, it's actually a little bit more because it only scales by 50 each time of Whirling Death, and it's also not a strength hero since Nyx is agi. So I'll allow it this time.
FN rolling in. They get the stun as well, but not going to be able to do a whole lot off the back of it. Maposhka, no spirits as of yet, but Yoku in the area, they got to be careful. He just does too much freaking damage, and FN, he doesn't have a great answer. He is getting destroyed mid. 15-8 versus 9-6. It's not great. It's like over a wave.
Yeah, with so much assistance too, Yoki just dominating this time. And for OD, a hero that really relies on the big group up, not a fun situation to be in here.
Yeah.
And then again, Ghostic, he's not having the worst time up top. Not ideal. He's just trying to get his way up into level 4. Actually, things look pretty solid for Friends so far. If they can slow this down, this is going to make the 4-man a little bit weaker from Empire. They won't be able to just group up and bully you with like this Veil out of the OD if he goes for that kind of a group up style build. Maybe he'll skip over something like the Midas first. Right now it seems he's opting in towards just Treads, the standard stuff. Could go Veil, could go Force Staff, but the whole idea being these 4 heroes do stuff together while Timbersaw just farms away and gets up into his Bloodstone with slight pressure on the bottom lane.
Yeah, and I mean, you can also tell by virtue of what Yoku is doing, he just wants to stay in this lane, not looking to rotate, not looking to do anything. Double null tally build with no boots. It's really hard for FN to get anything done in this lane, and honestly, if he dives forward, it's getting close to the position where they could maybe kill him off. Level 6, gonna be online for Yoku.
Yeah, No Fear. We can just get a roll in the pit. It's spelled out. Yeah, look how low FN just gets right there.
God. Yeah, quite difficult to deal with. Maposhka is still going to be there to help out, but kind of a nightmare matchup, and you're going to have more denies on Yoku than last hits on FN pretty soon here.
Does have to be a bit worried about that level 6 moment if he does go for that big gank and just like a quick Astral or just a tether in from Maposhka could immediately turn that around and throw away the advantage you've built up over time here in the lane, so
Oh, yeah.
Yoko could even consider moving to one of these side lanes to go for the pick.
Yeah. Maybe off the back of a dive that comes in, but it's also kind of tough for her to get into position. Not super maneuverable at this stage with, you know, only the 1 point up in blink and no boots. So it could be a little bit tough. I would love to see it though. Afterlife in the meantime is going to rotate in, and he might be the person that ends up finding a kill. They don't have a sentry ward in the mid lane. Empire needs to be careful here. And they don't spot him. Out of vision. All right, and there it is. So they should realize it now. Yeah.
Afterlife, man. What a rough day so far. And he's going to wait for the rune and see if he can get something to help, but it goes top.
Yeah.
At
And
least he gets a bounty.
it is a rough life. Meanwhile, over here at the top rune spot, they were able to find one, and now on top of No Fear, right click's coming in. You need to be careful though. Yoku, Sonic Wave on to 3. The Scream as well. The Impale. Oh God, Empire, no. King R gonna drop as well. Yoku taking the advantage and building off of it there. What a great combo.
That was a nice TV from Afterlife too, just to finish that off. Just staying out of vision, TPing right to the shrine, and heavily punishing that dive from Empire.
God, not often that you see a no boots Queen of Pain get a
Dire's
perfect
bottom
ulti
tower
like
is
that,
under
and
attack.
the Impale was the cherry on top.
Dire's
Meanwhile, they get the courier in the top lane, so Empire
Radiant's
finding
middle
something.
tower is under attack.
This mid matchup has been pretty big catastrophe though.
Oh, it's weird. Just went down right there. Maybe too close to a boar or something.
Oh, bottom lane, Chappie. They do have an Eclipse. Oh, getting body blocked by the creeps though. They think that they should still find this, and they're going to pop it. Turns now onto Chappie, and that's going to be the kill. Friends looking a lot stronger in game 2.
Yep, good rotation by F.R.I.E.N.D.S. Now they can pressure down onto this bottom lane too. Only thing is, it does open up to the Beastmaster, who Ghostek now easily able. Oh, he roared the courier, didn't he? Oh,
Oh, that makes sense.
didn't even notice. I just looked back and saw it. So yeah, he must have given it the old R. And yeah. He can now pressure on the tower himself, thanks to Luna rotating out. And now it'll be Afterlife down here, maybe scouting out with a Vendetta. Potential TP here. Could fall into some trouble, but without the Eclipse, should be okay on Chappie.
Ooh, they do have...
Radiant's bottom
That might have been a
tower
moment
is
where if
under
you spike
attack.
Carapace is there, then you get the kill. Not quite in position. They do drop the ward down now, and this is going to be a pretty easy pickoff. They're not careful. Ooh, Impale catching mid-timber chain, and Chappie going to drop a second time here. Well,
Nice play by
great
Afterlife,
play.
too.
Oh, that spike Carapace
Radiant's
is so
bottom
good.
tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
just to make sure and secure it. Top lane, No Fear rolling away, grabs himself the bounty rune, high skill. Maposhka not able to get the bottle filled. Nice done. It's TP bottom and get the bounty rune
Radiant
there
structures
instead.
are fortified.
Well, we saw a pretty big stomp in game number 1
Radiant's
going the
bottom
other
tower
direction.
is
Are you
under
feeling
attack.
like we're going to see the same thing with Friends being the benefactors in this, or are you feeling comfortable with Empire's ability to come back in this one?
Definitely comeback
Radiant's
potential,
bottom tower has
but
fallen.
good snowball chances as well here from the Dire side. Although F.R.I.E.N.D.S. was able to take that tower,
Dire's
he's
top
almost
tower
up into the
is
helm.
under attack.
In fact, it'll be done as soon as the courier is back up and alive here. Could just
Oh.
purchase up the gloves here too. Afterlife's having a better time already. 2-0 and 3, involved in all 5 kills.
Ooh,
And
no
Roche
fear.
is pretty easy for them.
They knew this was coming. They spotted the movement in, and it looks like they're going to have to back out because of it. So healing back up. They're diving in for this one now. DD pop for Yoku. Right click's coming in. King R in trouble, and now a silence a little bit off the mark there. No Fear not able to find it. Just a bit too far. So they turn the smoke gank around as it was under the ward and
Dire's
make it
middle
work.
tower is under attack.
And no, the more you look at Empire's draft in comparison, not a lineup you really want to be behind on. OD, again, a hero that greatly benefits from that 5-man Dota style, where you can just be grouped up, strong, use the aura on top of everyone, and just sit behind someone beefy like your Timbersaw, throw out a couple Arcane Orbs, drop an ulti, and be a bloodlusted badass. But this game, a little bit more difficult. Still, we don't even have the relocate up yet on Maposhka. We can easily just get, like, raw relocate, and that's just, you know, we start turning this game right around here. But Chappie now pressured here again. Afterlife, plenty of time left on the Vendetta here. Oh, it's going to be close. If he goes for a single timber, this is smart. Just walking, not
Yeah.
timber chaining. Worried that it's possible Afterlife could be walking in front of him.
Dire's middle
And
tower
the really
is under
unfortunate
attack.
part right there was that it was Luna who showed just for a second. And now Chappie maybe getting a bit too greedy here. to be real careful on. Looks like the rest of Friends will not die for that. So yeah, Aloha Dance showed in lane for just a second, and that gave Timbersaw just enough room to back out and away. And now the movement's going to go towards mid. Does that spot it?
Yeah, that was
that was
the ward right there.
What the hell was that smoke?
Just hoping that there's no ward on the rune.
All right.
As well as smoking here, I guess with their movement, you can't be certain which way they're going. They could go this way. And this is a pretty deep one. Miposhka, or rather a King Air, I suppose. He would be probably fine with being caught out here, but he won't even be the one who gets captured in the long DME mid.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe get a little bit worried there if you're that ogre, but he'll be okay. And they'll probably go for a counter smoke today. No, not yet.
Yeah. Well,
coming
Afterlife
on the
is
courier.
fresh vendetta. Is there any vision here? It doesn't look like it, and they're going to get the initiation off FN. There's the stun, silence down as well. Misses the impale, so maybe a turnaround potential here. Aloha Dance does still have it. The roar down onto No Fear. He's gone. Can they take any more? A big Sonic Wave, as well as the Eclipse can come. They cancel the Sonic Wave. It's out now onto all of them. Double for Yoku. More coming out as well from Friends. They were able to find two as Luna is going to drop, but I think that Yoku is going to clean up every damn
he's
thing.
getting an ultra.
Triple. Give him the Ultra. Oh, what a player. What a time to be alive. Well, No Fear takes it as he came back alive.
Dire's middle
But
tower
disaster
under attack.
in the mid lane. Empire getting crushed.
Oh, it looked so good. It was like, yes, we're back. We're doing it. And then you look at the kill score and you're like, they got that 2 kills. That's it. I mean,
Ugh.
they got the Luna at the very least. Who got that bounty? Chappie. That's nice, but certainly not enough.
Big Shrine play as well. Yoku has taken over this game and just has not looked back. Really impressive display from him. And this is what I was talking about. He's the type of player that always made so much happen from the mid lane, or from the off lane, and now is getting the chance to shine mid.
Poshka on the run here from Afterlife, but he'll get out in time. And likewise, Afterlife will be leaving here, so... Still, no level 6 on Poshka. It's finding these bounty runes, but just not enough of them.
Ooh, Ghost Stick now.
Oh, this would be such a good time to have it help Ghost Stick.
Dire's
Do they
middle
have it?
tower
Do they
is
spot
under
it?
attack.
He's heading over here. They're going to bait out the Luna. And little does he know. Although you do also have Miposhka in the area. The rest of the side of Empire is here. They drop a Sentry Ward immediately onto him. They're able to roar up Afterlife. Is it going to be enough? The Stomp comes in. They're going to be able to turn it back around. Oh, King R, he didn't get the Fire Blast. Oh, it's all gone wrong. They missed the Magnetize, but it doesn't matter. 14-3.
They didn't even have time to kill that Observer. So, nothing going right to the side of Empire. What a perfect time to drop that Sentry. And then just disaster.
I was meant to
God.
I thought that was the fight. I also thought the mid fight was the fight. But continuously friends,
Radiant's
we
top
even
tower
said,
is
you know,
under
next
attack.
game, this game could just go 20-0 the other way. These are both teams full of players that are known and around. We weren't really expecting the Stomp in game number 1. And so we just, I guess not too surprising, we just see a Stomp go completely back the other way. Again, certainly not over.
Radiant's
Very
top
strong.
tower has
Tri-core still
fallen.
available here from the Radiant. Can still turn this around. Simple relocate into
Dire's
Roar.
bottom tower
Can provide a
is
kill.
under
Timbersaw hasn't even
Dire's
reached his own
bottom tower
potential
has
yet, but
fallen.
the power of Luna starting to show.
Radiant's top
His
tower
objective-based
is under
gaming is
attack.
coming out on top.
Well, we've
Radiant
got the
structures are
pie kill score right now. 3.1415926535
Radiant's
8979323884. All right, I'm done.
Dire's
I
middle
only know
tower
to
is under attack.
3.14592.
Radiant's top tower
I-
is under attack.
I'm a nerd, but
That was
also
pretty good.
silly. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a useful talent.
It is.
Never
it's
know.
great. Well,
What
Ghost
if they
Stick.
lost the number?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, what if everyone else forgot? You would have quite a few of the numbers. That would be very helpful.
Don't worry, Paragathis or whatever his name is. God, I am just doing the NA education right now. Who's the one that
How do you go from so high to so low so quickly?
We gotta figure out something to talk about in this game because friends are stomping Empire. My God. A Lincoln Sphere picked up for Quap now after the Veil. What do you think about this choice?
Roar Dota. This is good. I think that's the right item for sure. Don't want to be the one who gets roared and relocated on. They don't really have anything else to break it. I guess if they get a nice Ignite, perhaps, but even that, if you're committing Ignite every time to Lincoln Sphere, it's unlikely to work, let's just be frank. So it's good. You can't just get Blink roared. Of course, we don't even know if Ghost will make it to a Blink this game. He's not going for the Necro 1 into Blink, which is definitely the more common one. So far, perhaps feeling like he needs to do some more split push action this game and needs to go immediately for the Necro 3, as well as just the ability of having the vision over the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah. No, and anything at this point, like, to me it feels that given their current lineup, they can't actually kill people. Like, they have to get some other form of damage on their team, and maybe just a bit more control. Plop is running amok, and you also now had that triple kill from Luna, so she's going to get into her next round of items here. Everything just kind of falling apart, and well, at least the pressure is going to come onto tier 2 top.
Dire's top tower is under
Yeah, this is a good push for them. One of the nice parts about Beastmaster, even if you are down in terms of net worth, overall your push is still good.
Oh god, they have Blink, a Nyx Assassin here as well, and they're going to be able to go for it. Catches immediately F.R.I.E.N.D. The TP rotations are going to come in. No fear there as well. They get Sounds could relocate out. All right, that might be able to turn this back around. Ghost Stick now going to get chased down as well. They should be able to find this kill. Trying to TP out. They don't have any way to break it as of yet. Lose that beam. What? How? What? Was he invis?
Of him.
How? Okay, I need to look that back, because that... Alright, I guess that they just didn't see him?
Yeah, guess not.
Dire's
Liver.
middle tower
So,
is
nice
under
roar.
attack.
Maybe
Alright.
Lucid Beam was still on cooldown for like half a second or something.
I definitely clicked on it, wasn't, but maybe.
Oh, well, there you go.
Crazy.
Either way, living, good stuff. Still cost them their IO, but that's fine. Those are the recovery moments you need, and that Tricore, again, still staying pretty strong here for the Radiant. Considering the situation, 15-3, surprised to see OD, Beastmaster, and Timbersaw still so high up there.
And this is a net worth lead that hasn't translated into the next round of items as of yet. So if there's a fight that breaks out, you know, before this Lincoln Sphere comes online, before the next big round of items comes out, they can fight it. They can make this work. It's going to be tough. Look at this Mud Golem. Just throws out a little stun at FN.
General harassment. Wouldn't mind seeing a Roche attempt here soon from friends as well. The potential is there for Empire, a little slower than it used to be. You have the Bloodlust, you have the Beastmaster, but you also have an OD who now Arcane Orb doesn't help you. And a Timbersaw who doesn't really do anything to Roche either. So sadly, that recovery mechanism going to be very difficult. I can only ever see that happening if like all the lanes are pushed or something and they're next to Roche and they just feel like it's the only thing they can do and they somehow 5-man wipe friends. But at that point, Roche should be the least of their concerns. They'll just be dancing for joy the fact this game might still go their way.
Yeah.
Ghost Stick, not going to find Clear.
Yeah,
And that was their last chance.
they smoked underneath 2 wards separately. So really not great.
She blinks home and gets a Lincoln's. It's like, well, so much for that roar attempt.
God.
Maybe next game.
Well, the rotation comes in now, and it looks like friends are in a position to try and fight. They did smoke underneath a ward, so there's something at least that's going to go back into the way of Empire here. It looks like they don't want to try and take this fight. It's going to be 5-on-5, and they will back out. Giving up the tower. Maybe there's an opportunity here. I don't know. Can you fight if you get like the perfect setup? You've got Necro 3 now on Beastmaster.
Yeah, you definitely can. They're trying to camp the high ground here, hoping they'll come up and just walk right into them. But at the same time, there's a dire ward, so they're like, well, you guys can sit there and think we're going to walk in with our smoke, but we're just going to push your whole mid lane in here. So Yoku revealed, Afterlife Bignum. They're all hopping out. Good ward placed up here to make sure there's no one coming in from the back lines. And they know the only assault is coming from these 2 directions is the dire, so easy positioning.
They're relocating top to take the tower. This might be a time to go right now if you're friends, if somebody shows. But looks like they'll just back out. So relocate away, deal damage to the tower, and then head out of there.
Jeez, I was expecting some weird no fear tether break plays or something. You know, I was like, man, I've seen this game before.
Oh, yeah.
But he doesn't manage to find anything.
That would have been awesome. Roll into kicking Io away. That's the dream right there.
That would actually be so absurd if he did it in the exact same spot.
Yeah. He would have had to kick the OD away because Io, like, he would end up on the opposite side of Io, which would have kicked him closer to OD. So it might have been tough.
Yeah, that's right. It would have been, maybe next time. Yeah.
Oh, Aloha Dance. Left alone down here. Chappie is there as well, but they're going to bring in Afterlife. Global comes out. The turnaround. Oh no, it's going to be so much damage. Chappie taking it. Ghost Stick to the face. He wants it so bad, but it's just not going to happen. Aloha Dance turns to fight. Right click's coming through. He is going to drop. And now King R as well. Out in no man's land. We already have plus 16 int right now. Stolen for Bignum, and there's another -2. Lordy, lordy, another triple for Aloha Dance.
Yeah, she's kind of tanky. She's got mad stats right now. When she has strength treads on, she's like 2100. Aloha Dance just toggle those bad boys on. 20 armor.
God.
Not the easiest target to bring down with 2 heroes, and you know, the natural armor of Magic Hero, pretty nice up against Necros.
I was meant to have this.
Well, we're getting dangerously close to a meme here, one way or the other.
Oh
but
my goodness.
Also pretty close to the end of the game, because I do not see how Empire get back into this. Like, they need a Sanity's Eclipse, but even at this point, Luna doesn't have terrible int, so it's not like she's going to end up taking a ton of damage from that unless he steals a bunch, and that's going to be hard to do as well.
Oh, well, shout out to Afterlife this game.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting his Nyx Assassin brain turned back on, you know. This is like a recovery game for him. He's feeling better. It's like, yeah, I did it. I can still keep playing this hero. Just because last game was, it was definitely more of a nice play from the Radiant than it was a bad play from him.
Oh, God. Oh, Ghost Stick. Yep. That's a, yep. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, dead hero, yep.
I feel like Juggernaut when I'm doing that. Yep. That little voice line. It's a good one.
Nyx.
Like, they had a relocate possibility there with Io, but it's just, I think, too hard to try and take that. And now with Roshan soon to go down as well, feeling like the nail is being slowly driven into a coffin of pain for Team Empire.
This was a Roche they could have probably taken a while ago if they really wanted to, but now that they've waited on it, it's not a let's take all your shrines and towers Roche, it's let's go take your racks Roche. And Aloha Dance. Very, very beefy. Gonna be hard to bring down twice. Everything up and available for the Dire side. They have their global. That's really all that matters.
Yeah.
Okay,
AB.
BKB on OD. That's pretty huge. King R sadly can't go down here.
Lifted up and brought down.
Bloodlust would have been really handy in this fight. FN having the Hurricane Pike and the BKB could actually, like, he's so farmed for this situation. He seriously is. He's only 2,000, like 2,200 behind a Queen of Pain when they're down 17 kills and like serious amounts of pressure around the map from a blinking Earth Spirit and Nyx Assassin.
Well, and you know, the other thing that I'm sort of looking at here, you've got Bloodstone on Timbersaw, but it's only 8 charges. They've got overcharge for boosting up FN. So there's like ways back into it, but yeah, like the BKB that got completed on Luna, that to me feels like it's also just a huge problem for them to deal with. Maybe if they are able to kill everybody else before the Aegis is done.
Oh, they wasted relocate.
Oh, God.
There's just a blink stun from Nyx with no follow-up, but they can't tell from the fog, so they had to go for the save play. Now that won't be there.
Yeah. At least they didn't end up losing the IO, but Aloha Dance is there, gets the silence onto 1. So Geomagnetic grip down for the moment. They're able to find onto Chappie, though. Damage being dealt out. He does get Astraled, saved for the moment.
Have global if they want to kill him.
Still doing the damage. Actually going to be able to ramp it up. BKB pop for FN. He's going to be able to steal a lot of int 20 so far, but can they do any more? Needs to get a few more down. 32. It might be enough, but with the BKB, they need to wait for that to wear off for Aloha Dance before they go for the combo. Magnetize still down, looking for the initiation, stealing some more from Yoku. Sonic Wave is going to connect and needs to turn with the Sanity's Eclipse now. It would be a really huge one. The combo through Chappie. There it is. Double kill coming through. Aloha Dance is going to die. Now turning on to Yoku. He's out of mana. This fight has actually gone about as well as it could right now for Empire. Still keeping alive Chappie with Miposhka, but they're both going to die. And that might be curtains with a fresh Aloha Dance.
They really want this melee. Just get the hell out. Oh, it's so tempting to stay.
Oh, FN lifted up. There's the Yule Scepter. He might end up going down right now. Chappie jumps back through as well, trying to bring down Afterlife. They are going to throw out the Eclipse, and that's going to be a big one. King R gets healed back up from the Bloodstone death, but it's not enough. 4 dead, 2 with buyback, no Beastmaster. That's Atlanta Barracks.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
What a sick team fight from both
Radiant's
sides.
middle tower is under
That was
attack.
really close to Empire turning that around. The way they held on the high ground, the chase after the very first thing was just pumping so much damage into No Fear. When he tried to back out for another reinitiation, just rolling out, there were so many projectiles chasing him, he just died outside the base. But then Yoku, he held that Sonic Wave for so long until they were looking for that Regoose play from Empire. Like, they could feel it, but like, okay, we're doing it. We used our BKB. The damage is there. They're all dropping low, and they just walked down that ramp into a massive Sonic Wave. And just weakening them that much from there was able to help Aloha Dance so much when he came back up from that Aegis.
God.
Very, very well done.
And the thing that's so rough about that is that it was a perfectly executed team fight from Empire, too, in terms of what they needed to accomplish. Maybe a couple of missteps here and there, but by and large, it was the best that they could have hoped for, and they still end up losing that fight. And now down to 4 Bloodstone charges for Chappie. I don't know, where do you go from there here at this point? Like, I feel like you almost need to go BKB on Timbersaw, but he's just going to have no mana regen.
Pain without consequence.
And I'm probably no money for it too. It would be nice. Low tier item would be Yule's, mid tier item would be Lotus, and then best tier would be BKB. He might have to just choose one of the 3 depending on how much gold he can achieve here. Nice global. Make sure there's no follow up on Aloha Dance.
Yeah, they
Oh,
actually
they had
don't
to
have
relocate
Eclipse.
first.
This might end up working out. They don't have the big teamfight ultis. Yoku does have a Sonic Wave again if they want to go for it. Chase forward, magnetize down onto 2. They are going to be able to keep that Iowa alive for the moment at least, and they relocate out and away. Meanwhile, Ghost Stick makes his escape. They have caught onto Chappie, but I think that he gets out of here. Maybe Afterlife is going to have another one. Scary stuff. All right, he's out. Out and away. Damn, that did a lot, though.
Yeah, he's still going. Oh, he didn't quite get it with the Carapace.
They don't have a roar for this engagement. Ogre Magi still gone, so no Bloodlust. But God, Aloha Dance is just too big. 12, 1, and 8 on this guy, and they pop the BKB for FN, looking for the chase now. He has a Blink Dagger if he wants to go into the midst of it. Sandy's Eclipse is up as well. It's just so hard to stay onto these targets, though. There's the stun. FN maybe in trouble. They just can't take it.
Has fallen.
Yeah, when they're feeling that comfortable, just stick around for the range tracks. You know you're in trouble. So, it's, Friends feeling like this one's relatively over. Empire not really able to do too much while they all just sit on their high ground. That lead of, you know, it only seemed like a slight lead. It was just the 2 cores really from Friends and that nice tri-core. Now we're starting to break that up a little bit. Plenty of gold over to Afterlife. Playing a really, really great game on the next assassin again. 2-0 and 22. I suppose most people are rocking that 0. No Fear, the real feeder here with 3 deaths.
What a tool. Yeah. Well, the
Yeah,
plus side right here.
After this, honestly.
You look at the smoke gank, they don't realize this happened. All the lanes are pushed out, and if they manage to find Aloha Dance, this would be a huge win.
Oh, he knows. Too smart.
Afterlife, they're showing as well. So they have found Bignum, jumping away, but the blink forward, and that should be a kill. Yoku also there. They do back out for the moment. They find 1, so some more charges going their way. No Fear also going to end up going down. Yoku holds the Sonic Wave for the moment. BKB is already used now. Aloha Dance turns to fight, and that's going to be a kill. So 2 down now, including their OD. They desperately need him to stay alive. The damage is just too much, and good game, well played, ends up getting called. Empire making it work with the Ultra from Aloha. And, well, Yoku steals the last one.
Victory.
Friends Dota. They got it. So game 1, stomp. Game 2, pretty stompy, less stompy, I would say. I think Empire, right up until like the last couple fights, still had a decent shot at making a comeback here. But Friends taking this one with a little bit of a motley crew of a draft. No, again, no like direct combinations there for the Luna. No typical combinations really for the Global Silence. Just the Queen of Pain, sort of. It was just some strong heroes on some comfortable players. And they made it look pretty damn good. What a bounce back by Afterlife, though. Like, that last Knicks game was just nothing going for him. No momentum. Not enough help from the allies. Too much detection from his enemies. And this time, total opposite.
So,
Dominating.
tell me right now, do you feel like the drafts were basically just complete and total outdrafts both times? Or was it a situation where you kind of felt like either team could have taken it at various points? Like, what was the big deciding factor there in your eyes, and how can we who do you feel like is going to end up coming around with the better draft game number 2? I guess that's kind of a loaded question.
Well, I think game 1 was just straight outplay from Empire. I think the lanes were relatively even. I think the drafts were decently even as well. It was just Empire just played way better. They predicted the movements of Friends exceptionally well. This time, this was a riskier draft, I would say, from Empire. It needed some sort of a snowball going with the OD, and then into like this kind of group up crazy push with Bloodlust and Beastmaster, and they just take towers, and you get this hood up on your unkillable Timber, and he's just like sitting on the other side of the tower, and you can't do anything about him. And that could have worked. But they were able to get a little bit of a ball rolling with the Queen of Pain, who dominated mid from Yoku. Definitely shout out to him as well. And then Afterlife, just giving the vision, getting the ganks going, and then that combo breaker of the Global Silence to really give you a chance of walking into this wall of enemies over on Empire. So, Friends, slight edge in the draft, less risky of a sort of a strategy here. And maybe Empire will go back to something a little bit more standard. Again, I think like Beastmaster and Timber cores are still a little bit awkward when you're mids and OD.
Well, we'll see how game number 2 ends up working out. Aloha Dance, a standout as well as Yoku in that one. He ended up having almost as much total damage as the rest of Team Empire combined. They ended up with about 30,000. He had 28, so not a bad game. Not a bad game at all. So stay tuned. Game number 2 just around the corner. Friends versus Team Empire. It'll be our final one of the night for the CIS qualifiers. EU still going on BTS 1 as well. So be sure to check that one out. Lyrical Dota as well as Chirp Packs, your 2 commentators. Follow us on Twitter if you feel so inclined, but keep on following the tournament. DAC 2017. We'll be back in a bit.